Just like people, there are good and bad officers in the world. But what happens when they're working side by side?
He's under arrest.
For what?
For trespassing and for disorderly conduct.
On public property,
Not
what the
disorderly.
is wrong?
Absolutely.
You doing exactly what you're doing is not helping your career out.
Have a nice day, officer.
You too, sir.
Hope you learned something today.
Today we'll look at two cases where good officers had to step in to save not only the day, but their department from corrupt cops. When Officer Patrick Akers of New Braunfels Sheriff's Office pulled over a driver for allegedly failing to use her turn signal, the driver knew right away that this wasn't a legal stop. It was part of a bitter plan for revenge.
You're under arrest for failed to signal lane change.
I'm under arrest for failing to signal a lane change?
Okay, well, ma'am, the reason why you're being contacted is you failed to signal lane change when you flicked me off.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead and step out of the car.
Please don't let, he's hurt me before. Please don't let him do anything to me, please. Please don't. I flipped him off because he's been illegal to me.
Brittany has reason to be worried about her safety. She was previously unlawfully arrested by Officer Akers for possession of a hemp pipe. She knew that Akers would do anything he could to retaliate against her for previously standing up to him. She needed help, and fast.
You're under arrest for failed to signal lane change.
I'm under arrest for failing to signal a lane change?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm under arrest for failing to signal a lane change?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry. You guys just know this is bullshit. You guys just know it is.
Not only is arresting someone on a minor traffic violation unusual, but in this case, it's totally false. Fortunately, by this point, Sergeant Scott was tired of Officer Akers' unlawful behavior and terrible attitude.
What's that? Yeah, she has a driver's license, but...
I'm gonna turn this off. No.
Yeah, she has a driver's license, but...
Why are we arresting her for a traffic infraction?
Well, she comes down the street, comes right towards me. As I'm walking back by the car, didn't do nothing, she flicks me off. And then as she does that, she gets on the lane, fails to signal lane change. See? You guys, it's gonna be an issue?
Huh?
You think it's gonna be an issue?
Given your history,
Yeah.
so any other person you would write a ticket to, right?
Yeah.
So that's how you have to treat every interaction. So if you would normally write a ticket to this person for this, just because that in the past you've done this, and this, right? This is something that you would normally write a ticket for, then it's write a ticket for.
Yeah. You want me to go ahead and police you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sergeant Scott saved Brittany and himself by putting an end to Akers' power trip. She was issued a citation, but ultimately, this incident left a lasting impact on her mental health. Fortunately, by posting a video of her encounter on her YouTube channel, she made a positive change.
This is Kayla.
Hi, Kayla. Okay, so I'm just wondering if you could answer a question for me.
I can try.
So there's this YouTube video online of an officer arresting a girl for failing to use her turn signal. Is he still employed?
No.
He's not?
No. He doesn't work here any longer.
Soon after the incident went viral, Officer Akers resigned from the New Braunfels Sheriff's Office. Instead, he moved to the St. Hedwig's Marshal Office, about 45 minutes away, where he continues to police the public. The next officer on our list embarrassed himself not once, but twice in front of his supervisor.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a nice day, officer.
You too, sir.
Hope you learned something today.
A man taking pictures outside of Tom River Municipal Court in January 2019 found himself in the warpath of Officer Michela, who seemed to be looking for a fight.
Taking some pictures? Working on a story for the township?
You're working on a story for the township.
Well, about the township for me.
For you?
Yes.
What are you making, a documentary?
It's a news story.
A news story?
Yeah.
You have ID?
I always have ID.
Okay, can you provide that?
No.
You can do whatever you want, but as far as, I just need to identify who you are.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
I do, sir.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
And what law is that?
Well, you came in as a suspicious person. Anytime we
Okay.
investigate as to somebody calling in about suspicious, we need to at least identify who it is we spoke to. You're not in trouble in any way, shape,
Right.
or form.
Okay, then I don't need to give ID.
Well, you do.
What
because
law
I
is
need
that?
to know who you are.
What law is
If I'm
that?
investigating a crime, it's actually called obstruction if you fail to provide
Wrong.
documentation. No, sir,
Quote
that's not wrong.
quote that statute.
I already
Quote
told you
obstruction.
what it is.
No, apparently you don't.
Sir, look, I'm not looking.
I have to commit an unlawful act and prevent you from performing your unlawful duty to be in
Well,
violation of
yeah,
obstruction.
Currently, right now.
So what's the unlawful act?
Right now, it came in as a suspicious
Okay,
person.
and what statute is suspicious?
To ask for a person's ID, an officer must have reasonable suspicion that they've committed a crime. Appearing suspicious or taking pictures of a building is not enough to equate reasonable suspicion. It's unknown if the officer was aware of the law and was just intimidating the man, or if he was unaware of this statute. Regardless, when his supervisor arrives, he'll find himself in some hot water.
I do. And listen, again, if
Okay,
you fail
well,
to
I-
provide your documentation, you can be placed under arrest for
You
obstruction.
think so?
Oh, I know so.
You know so.
So I'm going to ask you again, can you please provide your documentation? Otherwise, you are going to be placed under arrest for obstruction.
I do not have
Very, very
identification on
simple.
me.
Well, so then you lied to me, because when I first asked you if you had identification on you, you told me, yes, I do.
Well, I have fingerprints and retinas.
No, that's incorrect. I asked you, do you have documentation? Do you have identification?
I do not.
You can go back into your video recorder and you can verify. You have ID?
I always have ID.
Okay, can you provide that?
No.
Okay, so who are you then? Because we're going to have to verify who you are.
I'm not gonna
You
answer any
ready?
questions.
And here's the other problem. Now you lied to me, so now I have a concern as to whether you're being truthful and honest with me. Do you understand?
Okay, well,
If
you're
I
not being
find
truthful and
out-
honest with me because you haven't quoted the law yet. Then I'm
I don't
required to
need-
show you
sir,
ID.
I already explained to you what I need to
Supervisor.
do. If you fail to, there's actually a supervisor right there.
Okay.
Okay, and I don't need to have a supervisor anyway because I asked you for who you are.
Well, I'm
You lied
asking
to
for a
me about
supervisor.
Who you are, and I
I
told
did
you-
not lie about who I am.
explained to you what happens if you fail to provide documentation. Now, if I find out you're lying to me, now you could be charged with hindering.
Do we have a
which
sergeant?
means giving failed documentation.
No.
You have two
going on, sir?
sergeants, right?
Two?
Sergeant
Okay.
Perez, what's going on?
So what is your name and what is your information?
I'm not answering any questions. Personal information.
Okay, well then you're going to be placed under arrest for obstruction.
And what
Okay,
law
like
is that,
sir?
Sergeant?
He doesn't need to explain it to you.
Well,
I
he
already
does
told you
actually.
that's what it is.
He actually does.
Frank, just hold on a second.
So let's find out.
Can I just ask you what you're doing here?
Yes, sir. I'm in public taking pictures of a public building,
Okay.
expressing my First Amendment right to freedom of press.
Okay.
I'm here to actually file a complaint.
Okay. You have
Against-
that right. You have all those rights. You just
Thank you. Well, he appears to
Okay.
tell me that I don't.
Now, just so you know, there are areas of this building that are posted.
Absolutely.
That are off limits.
Yep, like
All
the
right?
back of that parking lot there, it says
you
restricted area,
obviously
can't go back
enter
there.
Those areas or video those areas.
Absolutely.
Other than that, if you want to walk around with your camera, you can walk around with your camera.
And I don't need to show ID to do that.
You don't have to show ID right now, no sir. All right, sir.
How's that?
Well, that's incorrect, actually, in that respect.
Oh, is it?
Okay.
Is it?
It's
So your
different than
sergeant's
what you
wrong.
explained to my
So your sergeant's
sergeant
wrong?
from what we were going to.
So your
Frank,
sergeant's...
we're not going to get into an argument here.
Sure.
So we're all set,
Because
all right?
I was just threatened with arrest for not providing identification. It's a violation of Fourth Amendment.
All right, sir. But now we're clear on what's going on, right?
Is he?
Are we all clear?
Is he clear? Because I'm clear and you're clear.
Everybody here is clear, sir.
Very good, sir.
All right,
Thank
so
you.
Continue what you're doing.
I appreciate your
All
help.
right? You have a good day.
You too.
All right?
Thank you
We're
very
all
much.
clear, guys.
Thank you.
All right?
Have a nice day, officer.
You too, sir. Have a great
Hope you learned something today.
In just a matter of seconds, the sergeant was able to put this officer back in his place and remind him that his role is to serve and protect. As the citizen left, the officer was forced to stay back for a quick lesson. This video trended soon after it was uploaded, leading the police department to issue a formal statement that Officer Michela's actions were being investigated. Want to check out more body cam analysis? Take a look at our next video here.